Hi everybody, this is Diane. I decided to take a little time on this quiet Sunday afternoon in the lead up to Christmas to go through some of my magazines. These are all the studio workspace magazines. Where Women Create is one, and In Her Studio is another. This one is the Stampington publication. And Where Women Create, I don't know who the publisher is of this, but as you can see, I have quite a few, and they go back to winter 2021. So I'm just going to harvest images from them that I can use in glue books and junk journals and whatnot, and save some of the images that inspire me for studios. I still have a dream of having a beautiful studio someday. So, is this the one I want to start with? Yep. Okay. We're going to start with this. I love this image. I always love images of artist supplies. And color swatches and paints, the images inspire me. I love looking at other people's studios where they work, especially if their work is somewhat similar to what I do, so they would have the same sorts of supplies that I might be able to get ideas from. These color, or non-colors, are quite pretty images, aren't they? I might be able to use that image right there in a glue book if I start doing glue books again. But I do have some sorts of glue books. I like this image too. I could use her in my little blue book that I haven't worked in a long time. The glue book that uses quotes and images of ladies. And she's just about the right size for that. Like I said, today is Sunday. I've had a quiet day. It's very, very cold. It's in the single digits. It was like 9 degrees when I left for church this morning. My car is, I haven't driven it in days because we had snow and I didn't go anywhere, and then it kind of froze over. I tried to clean the car off yesterday and my gloves got soaked through and my hands were freezing and I had to quit and come inside, and my hands hurt so bad trying to thaw out. So I never finished. Now these are an artist's renderings, so I wouldn't put them in a journal that I'm selling, but maybe I could use them. I like this image of the girl holding up the dog, this girl looking at the penguin. Apparently she is an illustrator of stories, children's stories. So anyway, my car hasn't moved and it still has ice on the windshield and stuff, and so I asked my son to pick me up for church, or I really wanted to just stay home, stay cozy and warm, but I went and it was good. It was a good service. And then I came home and had some leftovers and took a nap. Just been a quiet day. So I just want to, get some images out of these books and maybe do a little bit of tidying around the house. And oh, I think I want to make some Crispix mix. It's like Chex Mix, but it uses Crispix cereal instead. I like this image. This tray, divided tray with the jars of paintbrushes. Looks like she maybe her studio is a little church or chapel or something. I'll just cut this out in a black for now. And if I ever use it, I can cut it out better. Look at that amazing studio. It's got this big table here and another table on wheels with lots of storage in it. She's painting in a journal. Oh, look at that tray full of, I don't know if they're printer's blocks, letters. That's a cute image. Just that box right there of all those vintage things. I want to pick them up and look at them and see what's in them. This is inspiration board, it looks like. How can work and rest go hand in hand in your own life? This is beautiful. They're cards of embroidery floss. I just love all the colors together. I like that. I have an old, very old stand. It's two-tiered of postal stamps that I got at a flea market. I paid good money for it. But it had quite a few stamps on it. Some of them worked and some of them didn't. But I've added other stamps. And I would love to have a craft room where that piece can be on display and within reach to use. I did put it in a better spot this last time that I did some organizing and a little bit of rearranging. To live a creative life, we must lose our fear of being wrong. Oh, this is very inspiring right here. I love that table. I would like a table where I can stand to work, but also sit when I need to. Look at this on the wall. That's amazing. Of course, I think it would be very difficult to get to. There's a sewing machine table underneath it. I'm going to keep this image and still keep that quote. There's a better view of that cabinet that's hung on the wall. Looks like what do you call it? A druggist's chemist drawers, you know, little sizes of drawers, but it's angled so that these are deeper than those. I've never seen one like that. This little table has a cute pink typewriter at it. Oh, I would love to have a room that's big enough to have all these things set out. Like, I would love to have an old typewriter, but I don't have a place to keep it, so I don't even look at them at the flea markets. I like this image right here. Look at this. She's got a lap full of pretty books. Like homemade books. Look at that. That's inspiring right there, too. And I have lots of pretty homemade books. I'm keeping this image just because I like that. She's wearing a pretty apron, wrist full of bracelets, and a lap full of beautiful homemade books. I've never subscribed to these magazines. I think I see where women create more than I see in her studio. But I think I've gotten it several times at Joann, and maybe, yeah, I know I've gotten it at Barnes & Noble. But I think in her studio I've gotten it at Barnes & Noble. Love that window. There's a set of old drawers there too. But I like this image. The whole page. Look at this. Love that. I have some old books that I could keep stacked in there until I get to use them, make them into a journal. I don't know about sticking flowers in the books, but I do like this display. Just going to cut those flowers off. Oh my. Looks like they took the frame of an old upright piano and embedded it in the wall. I think it's sunken in a bit anyway. Maybe it's just attached to the wall. And I don't know if they're the real keys, but they added keys underneath it. That's really, really cool. And since I am a pianist and a creator, I want that in my studio. I know that will never happen, but I'm going to keep it just for fun. I love that image. Look at this. The boots they have paint all over them. My favorite quote is a whimsical one. Would you like your adventure now, or shall we have our tea first? From Lewis Carroll, of course, Alice in Wonderland. She says, I love this quote because I think life is one big happy adventure. Well, I've never been of that mindset. I'm not of the adventurous, outgoing, optimistic type, but I love it. Every day is a new experience, whether you're in your hometown or out on the open road, discovering new towns, finding new places, meeting new people. I always want the adventure first. Well, traveling around and seeing new things would have been a real pleasure for me with my husband. I don't want to do it by myself. And we never really had opportunities for doing it a lot. We were too busy working. This is beautiful, those doors, the brick steps and the boots. It's gorgeous. But I think I'll keep this quote. My daughter takes me on a few of her adventures. She and her husband, I may have said this in a different video, but they just went to New York City for a couple of days to see the Radio City Music Hall Christmas show. And they went skating in Bryant Park. And she let me know via text. I love this. I'll just keep that whole page. Oh, yes. Keep the whole page. Look at that. Oh. She let me know that they were on their way, and I told her to have a great time. And she sent me, I guess it's a meme. It was a video, but it's a moving meme of one of the hobbits from the movie running. And it said, "I'm going on an adventure." And it was so cute. It's so typical of her. I don't know why I tore that out. I do like these. They look like vintage wire cages, boxes, trays, whatever, and they have vintage books in them, but I don't think it's anything I would put on my walls. I do love this room. I love the chair in it and the old furniture that contains her supplies and inspiration. The collection of dolls up there, I would put something else up there, but it's a beautiful cabinet. And then to be able to display a collection up there would be awesome. So I'll have to start a folder of studio inspiration in case I ever get to design my dream studio. I see videos of people's craft rooms that uses the white IKEA stuff, and they're so beautiful and organized, and I think I really want that. But these are the kind of things that just get my blood stirred up and make me want to create. I can't afford IKEA stuff. I don't have space for anything like that in here, but if I could design my own, I wouldn't do IKEA. I would do vintage furniture. Nothing against IKEA rooms, because they're beautiful, like I said. They're so clean and organized, and I really love that. But for my own inspiration, I like this image. I just don't know if I would use it, so I'm not going to take it out. I don't want to keep adding to my clutter unnecessarily. This looks like a whole new magazine, like I've never looked at it. And it's from 2021. It's probably why. It's been too long, I forgot all about it. I love this quote from Rainer Maria Rilke. I probably pronounced that wrong because it's probably foreign. And now let us welcome the new day, full of things that have never been. I love that. think I'll just spend 45 minutes doing this, and you stay with me as long as you want to, because I'm not going to edit anything. So once I hit 45 minutes, I'll know we're done. And then I'll go make some Crispix mix. Have it ready for our Christmas Eve. I was wondering if that was on the front cover, but it's a page I already pulled out. This is nice with the paintbrushes and pencils and the pastels laying on the table. Maybe I can go through 2 magazines in the time that I've allotted. If that's the case, I better go a little faster, huh? Looks like this person might be a gardener. Oh, and an artist too. Look at that, that's beautiful. Oh, she wrote a book, Drawn into the Garden, H.E. Stewart. Wow. There's another example of books with flowers stuck in them. They're kind of like dried flowers, though. But I do love that cabinet. Interesting pictures. Okay. Such a beautiful cover, but I saved that picture. Okay, this one is also Where Women Create from summer of 2022. Look at this space. Looks like it might be in an attic. It's got a vaulted ceiling, and it's got maps on the ceiling, and this banner, and this arched window. All of these shelves, open shelves. Wow. I tore a couple things out of here before I decided to bring the magazines to my table here and make a video. So I took some images of yarn or knitted pieces, like close-ups. This could be an interesting art journal page. I just like the colors of the threads. And those beautiful metal pieces. I don't know what I would do with them, though. Like, I really like this one here. She does macrame. I do remember reading this one. She does art that includes these little vials that you put water in and you have fresh flowers. You'd have to change the flowers frequently. I don't know if that's that space, but it's gorgeous. Look at that. Wouldn't you love to have that in your studio? Oh, it's the same one because it's got the flowers in the vials. Color, what a deep and mysterious language. The language of dreams. And that's a quote from Paul Gauguin, the Impressionist artist. Wow, that's a lot of balloons. Apotheca, Latin, meaning storehouse. I like that. Because we junk journalers and other creative types have a storehouse, usually, in our homes somewhere, or our homes are the storehouse. Normality is as paved road. It's comfortable to walk, but no flowers grow on it. I think that's supposed to be is a paved road. Normality is a paved road. It's comfortable to walk, but no flowers grow on it. Isn't that true? That's Vincent van Gogh. That's beautiful. A garden to walk in and immensity to dream in. What more could he ask? A few flowers at his feet, and above him, the stars. Victor Hugo. This is a place in Scotland. From my kitchen table. There's a man here because he's the photographer. So in this magazine, in these, what is it called? Where Women Create. At the end of the article about the woman, they'll picture the photographer, and do a little bit about that person. From my kitchen table. Oh my gosh, this is why I bought this one. Kathy Holden. I'm going to take out this whole article. There's Kathy Holden, the designer of beautiful fabric lines, and then she also has, I have some of her stamps and not dies, ephemera pieces. I have some of her fabrics. She designs fabric collections for Moda. But I loved looking at her very creative looking studio. I'm going to show you the pages. Wow, this was a big article on her. We'll take a peek at Kathy's studio. Wow, that is a long article, and I'm glad we get to really look at her studio. And I don't know if you can get back issues of this anywhere if you're interested in that, but this is Where Women Create, summer of 2022. So look at that big and colorful studio. She has a table there with a chair, and then these longer tables, the drawers, the colors, the cabinets, a nice soft chair, a couple of soft chairs there. She's even got some little colored wooden chairs on top of that cabinet, bookshelf. She lives in Petaluma, California. Look at that. Oh, and the colorful cushions. And this bench has this beautiful patchwork piece over it. It's a padded bench, but this is laid over it. Am I showing it to you? Okay. It's hard for me to tell what's in the view. Bookshelves. These look like old cookie boxes, like wooden boxes that cookies and crackers were in. Oh, that's them right here. That's where they are. That is wonderful, that storage. So this is similar, looks kind of similar to the chair I'm sitting in, but I wonder if you can buy them that look, you know, look like they have vintage fabric on them, or if she had it covered that way. I love all these little drawers, so intriguing, and I can see labels. Wow. Look at, there's a giant tomato pin cushion right there. Hope you can see that. And look at the flags. What an ingenious display there. Oh, so pretty. This is my dream studio. All of these rosettes. I'm going to see if I can read some of these labels. Textile embellishments, large embellishments, floral embellishments, thread, and bobbins and specialty. In my library, I find a friend for every mood. This is a whole bunch of stamps, the kind of stamps that you press down. You set it on the paper and then push down, and it pushes the stamp onto the page, like a librarian's date stamper. But there's a lot of them, and then there's some more stamps there, vintage stamps. Wow, I would love to just go through that room and look in all of the drawers. I'd be very snoopy in Kathy's craft room. Fabrics. I think up here are her flea market fresh fabrics. Wow. Her sewing table. Looks like the spindles and the frame of this are covered in fabric. And then she made a big fabric bow for the back. She's so creative. This has vintage linens to hide whatever is stored underneath. I think she does classes, if I remember, because I read this article. If I remember, she does classes at this table, so she stores extra supplies under there and covers them with pretty fabrics. And this one too. I think this is the one she talked about maybe doing classes at, and having the pretty light lamps there, and then the ladies are lined up there doing their craft project. Well, that was fun. Got 10 minutes to see what else we can find in here. We still haven't found that room. I remember reading this article. That's a beautiful display. Look at that with the big paint brushes hanging there on the kind of hooks that are hanging in department stores. Marc Chagall, he's an artist. All colors are the friends of their neighbors and the lovers of their opposites. Interesting. Interesting take on the color wheel. There it is. I'm going to keep this. I'll never have a craft room like that, but I like looking at it. There's teddy bears on that banner. I love the maps on the ceilings. Trying to figure out what that is. She's an artist and photographer. She's very quirky. Look at her outfit with the big boots, polka dot leggings, all the flounces there, patchwork coat, bracelets, big dangly earrings. She definitely looks like the artist type. And then these really fun collections in her cubicles there. Really fun. Oh, wow. Look at that. Sombreros, very brightly colored. I love those collections. Here's a close-up of the teddy bears. I don't know who Michael Scott is, but this quote is, "Sometimes I'll start a sentence and I don't even know where it's going. I just hope I find it along the way." I'm assuming Michael Scott is an author, a writer. Look at all these beautiful collections. Dolls from around the world. These interesting little dolls up here. Looks like they have bobbly heads. Wow. Would these rooms just be so fun to walk through and pick things up and touch them and open the boxes and open the drawers? She's got fabric here and sewing boxes. She's got some cards here that have vintage images, and they're kind of tabbed. It's like a tab on both ends and a dip in the middle. Bunch of gnomes over here. What a fun space to work. I would have so much fun filling a space like this. I wouldn't have that much room for all these collectibles because I would have too many supplies. I would love to have my supplies on open shelving like that. That's my dream place. But I also love all the little drawers. Art is not what you see, but what you make others see. Edgar Degas. I don't remember reading this article, so I'm gonna save this and read it. And maybe save some of the pictures because I really like those images. Where are we? Got a few more minutes. I don't know what these little chips are. The different colors of tiles or something. She's Lisa Guerrero. She's an award-winning investigative correspondent for Inside Edition. It's a syndicated news magazine, which I believe it's a television news magazine. But what is she doing here? She creates spectacular mixed media mosaics, incorporating recycled glass, vintage jewelry, and found objects. That's what all those tiles are. Oh, look at that. These are images of Frida Kahlo. Laura Kelly Designs. Also very colorful. Looks like fabrics here, ribbons. It is a normal day for me to receive a direct message or an email asking, "How did you get started?" My answer is simple. I just started. So she does art, apparently. But these are all fabrics here, wrapped around cards, it looks like. But this is probably one of her works. Be so happy that when others see you, they can't help but be happy too. Beautiful. And there she is, creating art. Oh, wait, this is not the same article. So this represents various artists. It's advertising workshop or something. I love all the shelves of fabric, though. I'd love to have my fabrics out on shelves like that. Take time to stop and smell the roses. Well, that was really fun going through those and very inspiring. So I hope you enjoyed that. I did get a few things torn out. I'll go back and keep that other article with this studio in it, I think. Or there's a couple studios in there I want to keep. So that was a really good issue, and that is summer of 2022, like I said. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4 more to look at. The newest one is summer of 2024, and I don't even think I've read it yet. So that is something I want to do, go through that and read it. So thanks for hanging out with me, and I've got to get busy now. I'll see you in the next video. Have a creative day. Bye.